Anyways, let's do some shooting. Oh, beautiful. And this button, I think it is. Hold on, somebody's a bit tall. Just get myself sorted out. Last minute rush as ever. That is why I'm starting 2 minutes late. Because all of a sudden the dog decided it wanted out. And then it decided it wasn't coming back in time. So I'm just a few minutes late. So welcome to tonight's Andy's Take on a Friday night. Whatever day. Somebody said it was Friday today. I don't believe them. I'm not sure. The concept of time has completely gone. So anyways, good evening to you all. Hopefully you can see and hear me okay and everything's alright. Hi Kangaroo. Yeah, I don't know. I alright, I only put this out about half an hour ago. But yeah, I don't know. YouTube never notifies me about half the things anyway. Certainly not in a timely manner anyway. Right, I'm going to shut this browser down as it'll be killing my PC. And then hopefully I am still online. Right then. Oh, excuse me. Oh god, I can hear my PC complaining out already. The fan's winding up very, very noisily. So yeah. It's going to be a struggle tonight. So anyway, good to see you. Hello John out there in the down south there. Thank you very much for coming along as well. Yes, I haven't been out, I haven't been out yet. And well, I've been to the beach a few times, but I haven't taken the camera out. So I haven't got back into it. I took the camera up the hill, my little camera. Made little video camera-y thing. I took that up the hill the other day for sunset and I shot pictures like I used to 10 years ago, i.e. without purpose and with no skill. So I think this 2 months or however long it's been since we all were outside, I think I've regressed about 10 years. So that's maybe not a good thing for the career. Right then. Hi Jerome, good to see you. Hi Nigel as well. Did you send anything, Nigel? You said you might. Just check my email to see if there's any latecomers. So there is one latecomer. Oh, Diane sent some. I probably got enough for tonight. Yes, when it's about 500 meg. So some from Diane for next week, I think. Right. So I do have a few groups of images to play around with tonight. We've got some from Jeremy, possibly John, even though I kind of did a little bit of a play around with the images he sent earlier in the week already. Good stuff, Nigel. And Colin sent me a straight image to play around with, and Aileen sent me some more ICM. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with Jeremy's images, which is some kind of castle-y looking folly thing. He did put in the email where it was and I've completely forgotten. It's somewhere down south. Let me get the screen shared. Is that the right one? Wrong one. That one. So you can see, yeah, so it's this castle-y looking thing. You know me and my castle, so this one should be easy for me, but I bet it's not. And also this is shot on some fancy Fuji thing, which is the Jeremy Hannell, I should say. Jeremy Hannell James. getting names right eventually. Yeah, this is shot on the Fuji X-T3, so the files are massive and my computer's going to die. 6,000 pixels wide, this. I think the actual, the depth of the image is bigger than my, yes, it is bigger than my landscape version of my big camera. Craziness. So anyways, right, I can see all the stats are dropping off a cliff on my PC. Desperately need an upgrade, which I might be getting soon. I'm going to hopefully upgrade the graphics card anyway, so we might get a little bit better frame rate. You never know. Right, so yeah, Jeremy sent me this image. Oh, don't worry about it, Diane. I will have a view of it at some stage, and we'll still be able to have a bit play with them. Right then, so yeah, we've got these exposures from Jeremy. Best one of the lot is that one, obviously. But there's still plenty to work with. Now I'm going to work on this frame and then transpose all the settings across as usual. So this one, just gonna do the usual profile correction. It's probably not to do because the Fujis are usually all fairly well programmed in, but it has got no idea what it is. Fujifilm doesn't even. Let's not bother. Lightroom doesn't need to know what an X-T3 is. That's not a good sign, is it? Right, still no. I mean, the Fuji files are pretty clean, but noise reduction anyway. I'm going to do that just to flatten it out. Now, we do have a fairly balanced exposure, but it is slightly erring on the dark side. Get your best Darth Vader impressions going there. So we're probably going to have to lighten it a touch. Maybe let's go to a full stop. I think it was maybe about a stop underexposed for my liking, but that's just my liking, remember, not anybody else's. I saw that, John. I think it was Instagram. Was it Instagram? I saw you Stonehenge black and white shot on. Looked very nice. Straight away I was like, yeah, Stonehenge is another place on my list of places I'd like to go to shoot. Do my best with. Yeah, looking for a little bit of light behind the castle there. Let's play around with the. Let's not change that. Let's the white balance. Auto looks alright. Check daylight. Daylight's very blue. What is it about modern cameras? They all look very, very blue. I might have to do this manually then. Just warm that up until I kind of get there. That's probably. It's a bit far, that one. Yeah, I think that'll do. Bit of contrast. So obviously lifting that contrast, so you can get a bit more structure into here, which is what I like. I am just basically to lighten all that area. We're not really close to blowing that out, but we're on the, it's nearly there. So it's, I just like a bit of light around my main subject. That's what I'm usually after. Texture sliders, probably a waste of time, to be honest. Clarity's just awful. So yeah, a a bit of vibrance just to improve these greens a little bit. Just change the colour a bit. Change the blue a little bit. Not that way, Andy. But there. Something like that. I'm presuming there's no dust spots. Ooh, there's that one there. Just get rid of the that one. Might not have been a dust spot. It might have been some kind of artifact on the lens when he shot it. So I think that will about do for the moment. Yeah. So we'll just sink these sink them across. Got them all already attached. I'm just going to check that this one looks okay, which is probably the one I'm going to base most of the work around. Looks fine. We'll just get this into Photoshop and go from. That's very sneaky, John, but good to know. Yeah, to be honest, that might be one of the, soon it might be one of the few places that you can see it without paying, once they get rid of the road, bury it under the ground. What a bloody, it's just a destruction of heritage, putting the road underneath. I have to dig some massive holes to just get the entrances to the tunnel in such a historically delicate area. Don't get me started. Yeah, I think these files are going to kill my PC. I've only loaded 3 so far. Just bear with me. My computer is about to die. Are we done? Nearly? Just about? Yeah, so basically my PC is getting worse. It's skipped 11% of the frames in this stream already because of encoding lag, and 6% of the frames due to rendering lag. So this computer is absolutely pile of crap. So yeah, I think it's getting worse as well. So I am going to need to invest. But somebody has very kindly offered me a GPU. Offered me a free replacement graphics card, which should put the load more onto the graphics side of things than the CPU. So we'll see what happens with that. See if it makes any difference. Yes, my poor little PC is struggling tonight. It's these big Fujifilm files. That's what it is. 600 pixels wide, indeed. No need for it. Evening, Justin. Good to see you. Right, let's try not to overload this machine any further. Let's do some blending. If it gets too bad, I will just abandon ship and draw a line under the stream, because it's just getting ridiculous. And of course supplies into the country for bits of technology and all that are a bit crap at the minute as well. So it's not an ideal time to be updating and upgrading stuff. Right, you away. That one I definitely want. I'm thinking not blind, overlay, soft light. It's interesting. Move tool, just move that around a little bit. Quite like that shape down here. Right. Maybe just dial back to half that one. Just I was a little bit worried about that bright spot there. I am quite liking that outline. There's enough structure there. We've got a nice line here. We've got that tree on the left, which would have been nicer if it came down into here, but beggars can't be choosers. Bring that to the top, see what it does. Anything. We could maybe nearly use that shape to accentuate the tree. If that came into there. That's pretty much where it came anyway. Dial that back a bit. Obviously we're going to crop in, which is going to be nice because it'll save some resources. So I am going to chop off the bottom here, I think. And chop into there. Chop into the... I'm actually going to come in a little bit further because we'll see that the edge of the vignette of the filter holder. You can just see. Confirm that. I should put delete crop pixels, shouldn't I? Which one is it? Yeah, that one needs a mask over it. And then that top one does as well. Like so. Very good. Just got the come in a little bit more on there. Delete crop pixels, and then it should hopefully reduce the file size significantly. There you go, 5,000 pixels wide. That's more than enough. Why does anybody need to do any more? Alright then, these colours are awful. So we need to do something a bit more significant. Thinking the blues are far too bright. There you are. The lightness on that, and that kind of gets rid of a lot of that blue. And yellows we can have more of. Do we introduce some red? That is the question. Of course we do. Of course we do. Yeah, so that's yeah. We'll see how that turns out. So I think I am happy with that. I'm just going to increase the just a touch more because I thought there was a bit too much of a line between the tree there and then that line that's kind of insinuating that situation. Right, that'll do. So, Analog Efex Pro, obviously, as usual. Get into that and see what happens. Now I'm hoping the stream is actually behaving itself a little bit more now. Now that we've finished importing those 5 huge files into Photoshop, which obviously looked like it took about 10 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. Right, so that's that loaded in. Quick look through the through the presets. I think there might be a bit too much green for my own personal taste, the way these have come about. Right, so that one looked okay. A little bit of playing around here. Obviously we need to bring some of that castle folly or whatever it is back a bit. Because it's kind of disappearing, isn't it? Almost ghost-like. There we go. Bringing the exposure down. Bring the contrast down, and obviously that brings a bit more of the shape back. And because it's such a faint but main focal point, but it's very, very faint, it's kind of getting lost as you move everything around. So really having to build the image around the foreground to make that an interesting feature, and then the ghostly castle thing, whatever it is, that's like, it is still the main point of the image, but there's not much substance to it, so it's going to take a bit of balancing. Right, film type, play around with film type, I think. Ooh, nice. Just check some more of these off. Yeah, warm colours are way better, so I can work with that. Yeah, bring that neutrality back a bit. Hi Rad, how are you? Good to see you again. Yes, it's been a little while since you've been in the live versions, but good to see you. So, alright. What kind of mood do we go with here? Do we go for dark, brooding skies, or light, airy, wispy? Oh, that's right in the middle. Let's not play with blends vignette at the minute. Levels and curves looks pretty much fine. Standard S curve. Hi Tina, good to see you. So, they'll go light. Brighten that sky up. I don't know whether I'm in a more optimistic mood or what, but going for it. Just imagining things again. Right. See, there's that. Why's your... Had to touch my phone and then all the notifications come in. See, the one thing I'm doing, this turquoisey green, not liking that. So where this layer gets positioned is integral, because if you notice, I'll bring it more further across this top layer. There's lots of this turquoisey green, not like nice, so really having to use the reds or the warmer yellows and stuff to kind of keep that at bay, because we don't like it. Well, I don't anyway. So I'm just going to find that position all through a bit of experimentation. Until it feels kind of right. Now if I can get a little bit of magenta out of there. Bloody phone, shut up. A little bit of movement on the blue there, just to introduce a little hint of yellow. Can you hear my PC? The fans are going mad. Just a touch up there. Probably about there, probably about do. I'm wondering if a return in here would produce something quite nice. Just gonna have a quick check through these ones. No, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna just confirm this edit back into Photoshop, and then I'm gonna come back into Analog Efex Pro straight away and just see if now they've got some yellow tones and warmer stuff, because that's how I always like my work, or quite often. Then just see how those yellow tones working together again, just to see if there's anything better might come of this, because at the minute, as things stand, it'll be just a standard square crop in there, and that will be about it. I think there's a chance of something a little bit better out of here, so Analog Efex Pro again, back into there. A quick slurp. Well, those skipped frames in the stream are now down to 6%. Down from those 11, so we've been a lot more stable since since this image got loaded up. Crazy style. Oh, there I got that one. Is it that one? No. Maybe come back to that one. It's a bit grimy. I think it's just because it's dark. Whoa. Come on. Well, do we have all of a sudden have a bit of a sunset here? Now if we could keep that reasonably dark. Imagine the sun rising up from, or setting back here, and if we could potentially do something with the foreground. Maybe it's not. It's just a thought. Lens unit, go darker. Oh, a lot darker, but that's making it go green. We don't want it to go green. Bloody phone. Right, let's no, I think we don't need any film tape on there. I think I'll confirm this. Stick it in back into Photoshop and maybe just remove some of the foreground from this top layer. And that will hopefully give us a bit of sky. So it kind of looks a bit of a sunset. Maybe. He says hopefully. Mask. Gradient. That's done it the wrong way as usual, Andy. You are a cretin. Something like that. Chop that bottom off. I'm now going to go in Analog and Efex. There's my tool for this type of thing. Hopefully do this reasonably quickly, and then we can kind of get out of it again. Right, on here we want warmth, a bit of warmth, structure, come on, computer, catch up, a bit of structure, just to make it a bit edgier, contrast. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew here. Drop thingy, drop area, U-point selector, that's what it is. It's a U-point selector. So we want brightness in there because that's our sunset, and we want, don't want that warmer colour. We'll probably get them bang on for the colour actually. About there. That U-point on there, and then that brings some more of the building back, which is good. So then now that bright sunshine coming up from behind those woods, lighting up the sky there, is slightly more believable, I think. Right, let's confirm that. Let's just keep this as quick as possible. come on. Have you done it? Have I done it? There you have. So they have. Right. Do I then... I'm just wondering about this area here where it's obviously lighter. Do I get rid of that? Let us have a go. Raise that as opacity 100. Yeah, so all that affected light, that's up there. More contrast. Not too much brightness though. Be subtle, Andy. Be subtle. About there. It's a small adjustment on the hue. Very small adjustment that is, isn't it? I think that'll about do. Right, I'm going to save this out. Back into Lightroom. Hopefully it'll not kill my machine. And then we'll crop and go from there. Right, has everything crashed now? I think it has. Yes, my webcam's crashed. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Webcam's crashed. I am convinced the what you call it might have crashed as well. The chat. I haven't seen anybody new chat for a little while. If chat is still working, please let me know. Well, it's probably working for you, it's just not working for me. I hate this. I hate this. Right, let me see if I can get a chat box up. Right, you get over there. Studio. YouTube. Still saving. My god, it's taking forever. Oh, chat is working. Jerome is there. There's usually a bit of noise. I will just get rid of my face there. There you are. Right, so yeah, the chat is working. There's the problem with noise is why I always do the noise reduction in Lightroom first before I get started, because of all the multiplying all the layers together and all that kind of stuff. It becomes a bit of a mess, and noise gets, when you start scaling things, noise gets bigger. So if you scale it, you know, run it through Analog Efex Pro twice, then ISO noise that is 1 pixel can end up being 8 pixels after two blends or something like that. So it's all it can get a bit messy. So that's why I always say reduce your ISO noise, because it'll keep things flatter for longer. But generally it does get a bit crunchy in the colours, and the colours get a bit, you just got to work with it. Accept that that's a little bit of a problem. So yeah, right, great, everybody can still hear me, that's fine. I was just worried that chat had broken as well, after the webcam had broken. So that's good. Evening, Tomek, good to see you. It's alright, okie doke. I don't need to have that open then. I can shut Chrome again. Saved some precious resources. Right, yeah, so you can't see me face, that's fine. That's probably a godsend for most of you. Right, Lightroom, that's where we were. Actually, I'll just shut that down. Lightroom, and we're into get off, stop. Crops, I'm thinking chopping the bottom of this off, I think. So 2x1 is not deep enough. 16x9. My usual 9x5. No, 16x9 is actually deeper. 16x10, which is my monitor. Done. It's not my best. Yeah, just looking up here, Jerome. Actually, with it being the XT3, it's quite clean. Had I done all that with me D700, it would probably be quite blotchy, even with the noise reduction. Something like that. Something like that up there, just to finish it off. Just a wee little sunsetty, landscapey shot. Vivasa's not always in my workflow. I use it to add light at times, like this kind of area. It is my go-to, make a sunrise or sunset kind of thing, and a bit of tweaking on hues. Sometimes I find it's sometimes easier to work with in that than the hue adjustment layer in Photoshop. That's the only reason I use Vivasa really. So yeah, right. So that is Jeremy's image reworked. So we've kind of got to that from something like that. Obviously with a combination of files. To be honest, looking at this image here, I could probably just use this single image to do something pretty similar. But there you go, there's a bit of a change for you. Ozzy, I'm not sure what the crack is with with YouTube and notifications and timings, but when I selected it, it did say 7:30, so or 7:30 my time. So God knows what it's done in between the time of me setting the time and clicking save. So who knows? But good to see you anyway, mate. Right then, so that's Jeremy's shot done. What time's it? 1:15. So there's no point doing a full edit of another one. So what I'll do, go to Colin's shot, which this is a straight shot, which is novel for me. And see what we do with this now. It is shot on an Olympus of some description, EM1. I'm not up to date with me Olympus files, so yeah, a bit of wave action, quite nice. Obviously not in the UK that I know of anyway. Just looks a bit too dramatic for the UK, but I might be wrong. I might be very, very wrong. Right, first up, develop module. YouTube. God knows what it's thinking of. Right. Get rid of some of these sticks. No. Take it. Right. Done. Out of there. Now we've got a bit of freedom there. Actually, we can do this one as well. Just very roughly. Oh, that's not very nice there, is it? I've got it on heel, like I haven't got it on clone, so it should be. You would think it would be better than that. Feather's not very wide, mind. Yeah. What you gonna do? It's gonna be a little thing right in the bottom. I might even crop it out. Now, I'm not really concerned about that because it's right out there, and I'm thinking of be cropping in about here somewhere. I'm thinking square, black and white. Get away from my presets. Right. Detail. Whack up the sharpening because it's quite soft. Noise reduction because it's quite dark. Lens corrections. No, it's not. It doesn't know it's there. Auto on the tone and stuff. Just want to make sure that they're not blown out. Them whites there, which it says they're not, but on my screen they look very white. There we go, that's better. Right. Let's make them waves white. Let's brighten things up again already. Right, okay, so we've got that. Texture, ramp the texture up, get some grittiness into them. Cliff sides. It's actually quite a soft file, to be honest. Might just be the Olympus stuff is a bit not so good. Right, what I'm thinking of doing is sticking this into Silver Efex Pro. So actually I want to go basic and increase the vibrance and saturation, and then hopefully when we do the kind of colour adjustments within Silver Efex Pro that'll affect the black and whites, we'll get something a little bit stronger. Here's hoping anyway. Right, I'm going to stick this into Photoshop. That's where we're going. And the computer didn't die this time. Say hurrah for Olympus files. Much more reasonable than Fuji files. Right, Silver Efex Pro now. That's what I was going to do. Turn this black and white. Right then, red filter. That's not going to do much. Alright, so we've got, let's make that bigger, full screen so I can see. We've got the various things already set for in what you might call it, the various black and white presets within Silver Efex for these kind of things. Now I do like my black and whites quite dark, so we don't want to go high contrast because those whites They look nice, but right, so we go black and whites, and now I've got to remember how to use them. So the red filter usually lightens the green type of light or subjects, so that's fine. You can increase and decrease the strength, so maybe he's about there. You've got all these drop downs as well, which will just expand. So brightness on the highlights, so obviously we want that because we want the little waves to be quite apparent. Midtones, gonna pull them out as well. Shadows I'm gonna bring not right back, but quite far back. There. Contrast, amplify whites. If I can pick the thing to drag it. Amplify blacks, which is what I want, because I want that sea to be on the verge of, well, not black, but pretty dark, just to really show the contrast down here. Structure in the highlights, that's going to affect the whites really, the midtones. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to push these quite far, and then I'm going to use a curve to kind of dull things back again. Right, so there we go, that's getting closer to what I was wanting. About there. I'm just going to check these other colour casts just to make sure that this is all fine and dandy. Yeah, right, that's fine. Right, filter doesn't matter about that. Tonings doesn't need any work, and that's all just other stuff. Right, so I'm now gonna go okay, I think. I don't do enough black and white. I used to love doing black and white because I always thought it was easier. Right, I'm just going to zoom in, just check these, like these kind of areas where the water's washing up against the rivers, against the rocks. Yeah, I mean things get a little bit lost out here somewhere, but fine, that's fine. Or we could do a slight. I was thinking about reduced colour there, so it's only like a little bit of colour. But no, because I knocked the sea that far back, it doesn't work. Ignore that idea. Right, so curve, what we want this top right hand corner just to pull down a little bit. That means it's killing off the very top ends of the whites, and then we're going to lift the blacks. By going that way you'd go very black. By this way you make them blacks a little bit of grey, because you go away from the pure black, just ever so slightly. So if you were to zoom in, there'll be nothing that's pure black, and that end of the histogram should be slightly away from there. Maybe increase it a little bit more, about there. I don't always, Tina, but I thought I would try it on this one, just because to me it looked like an initially underexposed image, so the bright whites weren't shining through. So that's kind of why I boosted the contrast, and then kind of boosted the saturation, hoping that some more of these greens would show through up on the top of the cliffs here. But that hasn't really happened either, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lift that a touch. Where is it? Invert that. Paintbrush, painting in white, so we're going to reveal some of that. I'm going to opacity about 30, flow about 30ish. I'm just going to paint in the top of these cliffs, just little strokes, just to bring in some more of that grass, and along the top of the frame as well. Anyway, I kind of reasonably, I think I remember there being any greens. Just gently paint that back in. Otherwise, you know, that's another kind of way of doing a bit of dodging and burning, but it's not really dodging and burning. But what I might do is just darken this little bit in here. So again, a new curved layer, just drop that a bit. Invert again, paintbrush, painting in white. Just ever so gently paint that in. So let's just knock that back a little bit. I might not even use it. Right. What I'm going to do now is what I should have done before. And these sticks here, twigs, whatever you want to call them. Jump up them around there. Edit. Pick the right filter layer, Andy. And where's it gone? Content aware fill. Whatever. Okay. Did it do anything? Content aware fill and confuses me these days. Okay, piss off. What do you want us to do? All right. You want me to paint in where you're going to steal it from. I see. Right. I'm just going to okay that because it's bound to do it now, surely. Yay, it has. So now that I come to crop it, I can just chop it off by about there. Square crop. Nice little inlet looking thing there. Just going to zoom in a little bit further, and this one I'm going to paint. Probably painted in quite hard already. But I can darken that down again just so there's a bit of contrast. So you can kind of see the line between the bit of depth there. Right, I think that will probably do. In an ideal world, would have done something with these twigs there. I have done Jerome. I do have a Wacom Intuos something or other. Very rarely use it. I know it's like good for painting, you know, like dodging and burning, that kind of stuff, and that's the kind of time I would use it. But generally, I feel I'm faster with a mouse and keyboard. It just depends what I'm doing. Usually, I'm not being as precise as having to do dodging and burning. I'm usually doing, you know, full image changes. I'm not one of these ones that'll do little bits and pieces. So that's generally why I'll stick to a mouse. Just a little bit more comfortable with it. Right, so this image, let's see, 1:1 cropped. Oh, marginally can just about do it. What we could do, we could come up to there. Go to 4x5. You're still getting just the edge of that in. I would like to go a little bit higher, you know, just a smidgen higher. What it could do there, yeah. About there, just thinking about edges and all this kind of stuff. Go for that. You could work on like dodging and burning. You could work on more of this just to enhance the depth of the image, just to kind of fake that out. Fakery in photography. Dirty word. Right, just see if I can get rid of these twigs. Done. Twigs gone. Way. Yeah, I mean, I did have a go at it again sometime last year, and I did find it useful for about 5 minutes, and then, well, I'm saying 5 minutes, about a day, and then I decided, I think I had to do something. I just grabbed the mouse and it's been unplugged since. But for that few days, it was very useful, I must admit. Just gonna drop in a radial filter here. Just drop. Don't want to go too far because I don't want the whites to come out. About there. I think that's going to have to do, won't it? Just a touch there. It's a bit dark now that I'm looking at it, but that's kind of what I was looking for to start with. So, my own fault. Zoom it, man. It's worked out all right in the end. It's a nice little shot. Right, so that'll do. Yes, we're over time. So yeah, as my webcam is packed up again, let's have a look at it. Oh, it's just me looking gormless. Right. Anywho, we'll call that quits now. Plug that in so I can get out quickly. So yeah, thank you very much for watching tonight. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you all for watching. I have no idea what I'm doing on Tuesday yet. It all feels a bit too close in the near future to think I might have been out and shot some images by then. So at the moment, just assume that Tuesday night edits is off for a little while until I get myself sorted and out and about again. But do keep on getting your images in for these Friday night edits if you wish me to edit them. I do really enjoy, love playing with other people's images. Much more fun than doing your own. So yeah, if you want me to edit your images, get them in. I've got a few lined up for next week already, but that doesn't stop you sending more in, because the more I get in, the more weeks this will carry on. So yeah, so that'll do for that. My newsletter did go out this week, so if you haven't seen that, you can get it on my website if nowhere else. So yeah, check that out. And it features images that I've made right here in a live stream from your images as well. So, and a couple of others I've done away from the camera as well with your images. So do check them out if you haven't seen them already. And I think that's probably about it and all there is to say. So until next time, yeah, it's just delay it till next year, Kangaroo, and then we'll catch up with you then. It'll be good. We'll all get back to normal eventually. Yeah, you don't want to be coming. You wouldn't want to be coming next week anyway, because you'll be in 2 weeks in quarantine. So yeah, what fun it is travelling these days. You too, Tina. Enjoy your weekend. Everybody enjoy the weekend. It's bank holiday weekend here. Not that makes any difference because we've had about 8 bank holidays since lockdown and none of them have seemed any difference because everybody's off anyway. So, right. I will end it there. I am rambling as ever. So until the next one, keep it hard and we'll see you soon. So yeah.